The United Nations is warning that South Sudan may be moving back toward full war. At the same time, the trial of opposition Dr. Riek Machar has been delayed again. And in Unity State, communities are struggling with flood while trying to hold on to peace. This is not just politics, this is about real people, families, children, and communities. Before we begin with this latest update, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's start with the United Nations war warning, South Sudan in danger. The United Nations Human Rights Commission has released a strong and serious report. They say South Sudan political and military leaders are weakening the 2018 peace agreement. That peace deal, signed after a year of fighting, was meant to stop war and help the country to rebuild. But according to the United Nations, things are going backward. What is the main concern here? The United Nations said, government forces have attacked civilians. There have been airstrikes in civilian areas. Homes and even medical facilities were hit. There are reports of forced recruitment of young boys. There are reports of sexual violence linked to conflict. The Commission said these actions may be considered war crime under international law. They also warned that the country is at risk of returning to full-scale war. The peace deal signed in 2018 was supposed to share power between President Salva Kiir Mayardit and Dr. Riek Machar. The 2018 that was signed should reform security forces, should prepare for national election and protect civilians. But the United Nations say these promises are not being fully respected. In a state of unity, tension is rising again. The report said attacks are increasing in areas mostly populated by Nuer civilians. This has raised concern about ethnic targeting. South Sudan has suffered deeply in the past because of ethnic conflict. Many fear history could repeat itself. Let's look at the detention of opposition leaders. In 2025, several opposition leaders were detained. Among them was first Vice President Dr. Riek Machar. The United Nations said these detentions may violate international human rights law because some were held for months without formal charges, and some were denied access to lawyers, and there are concerns about political interference in the judiciary. The ruling party under President Salva Kiir Mayardit said elections are planned for December 2026, but the United Nations said fair elections are difficult when opposition leaders are detained and conflict continues and over 3 million people are displaced. Let's look at airstrike and military operations. The report also says airstrike have reached level not seen since before independence. The South Sudan People Defense Forces, SSPDF, is accused of carrying out bombing in areas considered hostile, killing Nuer civilians or targeting Nuer civilians. Some bombs caused several burns to civilians. The United Nations believe these actions were planned and approved at high level. They are calling for immediate stop to bombing and to force recruitment, release of unlawfully detained leaders, and full return to peace agreement. The warning is clear. South Sudan is at a dangerous crossroad. Let's look at this report. Dr. Riek Machar trial delayed again. Now let's move to the courtroom in Juba. The trial of first by President Dr. Machar has been delayed again. Machar, aged 73 years old, is facing very serious charges including murder, terrorism, tension, destruction of property, crime against humanity, and is under house arrest in Juba. Why was the trial delayed? The issue centered on a digital forensics report. A forensics expert from South Africa submitted a report as evidence. However, defense lawyer raised concern about the date on the authentication certificates, the timing of the document, missing embassy authentication. They argued that some documents were processed after the special code was established. The prosecution responded by saying no law was violated. The documents were authenticated before the court and officially began operation. The presiding judge, James Alala Deng, decided to pause the trial until March 2nd, 2026, so the court can review the objection. Why this trial matter? This case is highly political. Supporter of first by President Dr. Machar said the trial is politically motivated and the charges are connected to political rivalry. Government prosecutors said under President Salva Kiir Mayardit, the case is about accountability. It concerned a 2025 attack in Nasser where soldiers were killed. The outcome of this trial could shape the future of South Sudan politics. Let's move on. Unity State, peace under pressure. Now let us shift to Unity State. While political tension rises nationally, Unity State has remained relatively calm. But there is another crisis, flooding. Severe flooding have destroyed home, cattle, crops, and livelihood. Officials from the International Organization for Migration visited Bentiu. They meet displaced families and local leaders. Their message was hopeful but cautious. Peace is holding, but it is fragile. In the past, most support focused on emergency aid. Now the focus is shifting toward land reclamation, flood protection dike, livelihood program, and climate resilience. Officials say people do not want to depend on aid forever. They want to rebuild their life. Let's look at the funding problem. Global humanitarian funding is decreasing. This has already caused a reduction in services, fewer aid workers, and cut in transportation assistance for refugees. Officials say there will never be enough money to meet all needs. That's why sustainability is important. One ambassador says something interesting. Too much water is a problem now. But in many parts of the world, water shortage is the problem. If Unity State can learn to manage its water, it could become a long-term resource. Water, if controlled, can support farming and fishing, but if unmanaged, it destroys livelihood. Residents said one thing clearly: they are tired of war. A local resident said, "We don't need conflict anymore. We want peace so we can return to our land." Youth leaders say they need job, training, sport facilities, health services, and stability. Peace is not just about stopping bullets. It is about opportunity. If you are new to this channel, Changfied YouTube channel, please, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.